The United States gets ready to put the confessed 9/11 mastermind on trial along with other terror suspects in American civilian courts. Some people are asking the question whether we've really actually set ourselves up for another major attack. People like Bill Gertz, who is a reporter with the Washington Times, who attempts to answer that very question in his brand new book, The Failure Factory. He argues that government bureaucracy is so out of control it's putting us in danger, and he doesn't spare either side of the political aisle. So let's get right to it. Bill Gertz joins us live from Washington. Bill, good to see you.
Hi, good to be with you.
Fair and balanced. You take a shot, a pretty big one, at the Bush administration. Explain.
Well, basically my argument is that bureaucrats within the government have subverted the system, whether it's Republicans or Democrats. However, in the case of the Bush administration, they didn't really understand that keeping people from other political administrations, holdovers if you will, would have a corrosive effect on, and prevent them from implementing their policies. I think the biggest example here goes to the issue of political correctness in government. And I think that when the dust settles and the investigations are done on the Fort Hood shooting, we're going to see that this misguided notion of political correctness is going to have been a disaster for the U.S. government.
Let's talk about the Obama administration, because you say the bureaucracy within that newest administration continues to promote the Blame America First policies. Talk to us about those policies.
Sure. Well, in President Obama, I think they have a willing supporter in that view. It's a given in American politics that the further to the left of the political spectrum you go, the more the anti-American strains of policy come out. And I think we've seen that in the Obama administration with some of these appointees. Anita Dunn, for example, praising Mao, who was a mass murderer, killed 60 million people, and Van Jones, the communist who blamed the U.S. for the 9/11 attacks. That's the kind of thing that I focus on in the book.
You use a pretty serious word, sabotage. Flagrant cases of sabotage by the State Department and officials there that have emboldened a bunch of states, including North Korea, Iran, Russia, Communist China. Sabotage?
Well, sure, and I think that my assessment of the Iran National Intelligence Estimate that was released in December of 2007 has been borne out by the discovery last September of a new facility in Iran that really shows that this notion that somehow Iran halted its nuclear weapons program in 2003 was not only false, but it really is, I think, sabotage in a way. These were bureaucrats, intelligence bureaucrats, who felt that the Bush administration was going to take military action, and they went beyond the pale by skewing this intelligence estimate to claim that Iran no longer had a nuclear weapons program in order to try and forestall that.
Do you think some in the anti-war movement have also contributed to this?
Well, I think there's a lot of anti-war sentiment. I think that's probably the biggest shortfall in government right now, is the failure to understand the nature of the Islamist extremist threat. If it's just a criminal activity, then sure, you can go ahead and put Khalid Sheikh Mohammed on trial in New York City. If you're at war, it's a different set of circumstances. And I think that our government right now doesn't fully understand the nature of the threat. These people, these Islamist extremists, are at war with the United States. And that's a totally different thing than just carrying out random criminal activities and then treating those activities as just criminal activities.
This is certainly a new one. We have known that bureaucracy sometimes contributes to a lot of inactivity in American government. You actually make it a lot more nefarious. People have to read it. It's The Failure Factory, How Unelected Bureaucrats Are Undermining U.S. Security. Bill Gertz, thanks.